Hello students, how are you? I hope all of you are fine. So student, up to this part we have covered four chapter. Okay, chapter number 1 that was real number, chapter number 2 that was polynomials, chapter number 3 pair of linear equation in two variables, and chapter number 4 that was quadratic equations. So today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 5, and the name of the chapter is arithmetic progression. Okay, arithmetic progression. Okay, so I will tell you what is arithmetic progression and why we are using this chapter in mathematics. Okay, so first you focus about the progression. What is progression? Progression means some type of series, or we can say in other word sequence. What do you understand by sequence? Sequence means the sequence of numbers, the sequence of alphabets, the sequence of name, the sequence of height of students. Means sequence means what? Like I have written, sequence is the collection of numbers arranged in a definite order with the help of some rules are known as sequence. Means when you write a particular number in a proper way means like when you write a natural number, then you write 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. You followed the some rules that after 1 2 will come, after 2 3 will come, after 3 4 will come. So you are following some definite rules, like alphabet of English, A, then you write B, then you write C. So these things are known as sequence. Means when a particular things or a particular number are written in a definite order with the help of some rules, which is known as sequence. Sequence means series. Like suppose in a sports class, in a game period, games teacher said to you, stand according to your height wise. So what you do? First, suppose first height is smaller, then first boy will stand up in front, then after that the taller one, then after that again the taller one. Means you follow the some rules. Means you are following some type of patterns. So that type of patterns is known as sequence. Or if you want to write the definition, so definition is that collection of number. Number means there are many types of numbers, you all know. So collection of number when you write in a definite order. Definite order means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 like that, with the help of some rules, then that pattern is known as sequence. Now in sequence, whatever number you will write, suppose you have written 1 2 3 4, so each number is known as its term. What it is known as? Its term. Here is written as also, in sequence each number is known as terms. For example, like suppose I have written 1 2 3 4 dot dot dot. So first term is 1, second term is 2, third term is 3, fourth term is 4, and so on. Okay, you can write finite sequence or infinite sequence. So what do you understand by finite sequence? Finite means which we can count. Like finite numbers means how many number of student in a class. So that number of student is a finite number. But if I will tell you how many stars in a sky, so that will be infinite. So same in the case of sequence also. Sequence can be finite as well as infinite. So I have written as any sequence can be finite or infinite. Okay, this is the example of sequence, that is 1 2 3 4 dot dot dot. What is the meaning of dot dot dot? Means it will move up to infinite. So that type of sequence is known as infinite, because last term we don't know, and in sequence when we know the last term, that sequence is known as finite sequence. Or when the number of things is limited, so that type of sequence is known as finite. You already know what is finite and what is infinite. Okay, so that is the basic concept of sequence. Anything which is written in a proper way with the help of some rules is known as sequence. Sequence is also known as series. Sequence is also known as series. You can write in the copy that sequence is also known as series. Okay, so student, this is the basic introduction of sequence. So our chapter name is arithmetic progression. means we have to deal with the numbers. Arithmetic means we have to deal with the number and we have to deal with the pattern of numbers. Okay, pattern of numbers. So that's why arithmetic progression is written. So now come to the actual definition of arithmetic progression. What is arithmetic progression? Okay, progression is also known as series. Progression means some type of pattern. Okay, so what is the definition of arithmetic progression? This is the main topic and this is the main heading of this chapter, that is arithmetic progression. So what is arithmetic progression? First we will see the definition, then we will understand by the help of example. Now see, a sequence means sequence, you already know what is sequence, I told you in the above heading. Okay, a sequence is known as AP if and only if the difference of any term from the preceding term is constant. A sequence is known as in AP if and only if means a particular sequence will be a AP when the difference of any term from its preceding term is constant. Now definition is little bit different. You will not understand by just reading the definition. I will give you just one example. Okay, suppose I have written one example of this. Suppose I have written 1 2 3 4 5 ... I have written now just, is it sequence? Yes, it is a sequence because number is written in a proper order. Okay, now we have to check this sequence is in AP or not. So according to the definition of AP, a sequence is only when AP when the difference of any term, you can choose any term. Suppose I am choosing 2. Okay, the difference of any term from its preceding term, preceding मतलब उसके पहले का term. So suppose I have taken 2. So what is the preceding term of 2? Means पहले. So preceding term of 2 is 1. So what is the difference of 2 and 1? Difference of 2 and 1 is 1. Okay, because I have taken 2, so preceding term of 2 is 1. Now let's check one more time for the another number. Now you take 3. Now the preceding term of 3 will be 2, so 3 minus 2 will also be 1. Similarly 4 minus 3 will also be 1. Similarly 5 minus 4 will also be 1. Now what you are saying, when you are taking any term and when you are taking the difference of any term from its preceding term, whatever the difference we are getting, that is constant in each case. Constant means difference is same. So see, here is also the difference 1, here is also the difference 1, here is also the difference 1, and here is also the difference 1. So it shows that whatever sequence we have written is in AP. Okay, so first you note down all the things. When you will note down all the things, you pause the video, then note down. Okay, so I am going to erase that sequence part. It is the introduction part of chapter number 5. Now, a sequence is known as AP if and only when the difference of any term from its preceding term. You have to choose any term and you have to take the difference of that term from its preceding term, and that difference will constant throughout the series. For example, one more example I can give you. One more example. Suppose I have written 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 ... So just take the difference of any two terms, any two consecutive terms. So see, when you will take 2, why we are not taking 2? Because preceding of 2 there is no any number. So we will start from 4. So when we will subtract 4 minus 2, what we will get? 2. Because I have taken 4. Why I have not taken 2? Because before 2 there is no number. So that's why I have taken 4. So 4 and preceding of 4 will be 2. So 4 minus 2, 2. Similarly, I have taken 6. So preceding of 6 will be 4 and difference of 6 and 4 will be 2. Similarly, I have taken 8. So preceding of 8 will be 6. So 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. Similarly, 10 and preceding of 10 is 8. So 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. See, whatever difference you are getting in the example is constant throughout the AP. So that's why this is also known as, this is also in AP, arithmetic progression. This is the necessary and very sufficient condition to prove a sequence is in AP. When you have to check whether a given series is in AP or not, so what you have to do, you have to take two consecutive terms, any two consecutive terms. See, first I have taken 4 2, then I have taken 6 4, then I have taken 8 6, then I have taken 8 10. But what I am doing, I am subtracting the next term from the previous term, means 4 minus 2, 6 minus 4, 8 minus 6, 10 minus 8. Means first we are subtracting like this, 4 में से 6, 6 में से 4, 8 में से 6, 10 में से 8. Like this we are subtracting. Okay. So that difference is constant throughout the series, and that difference is known as the common difference. So I will write, I hope you have understood this example. So after this I am writing the difference of any term from its preceding term is known as common difference. Okay, common difference, and it is denoted by small d. Difference of any term means you can take any number. I told you na, in a sequence each number is known as term. So difference of any term from its preceding term is known as the common difference, and this is also denoted by d. Okay. So in this case, what is the common difference? 1. In the second example, the difference was 2. Similarly, you can write many examples. Okay. So that is the basic part of arithmetic progression. Okay. And always we are calculating difference, that common difference from any term minus previous term. Any term minus previous term or preceding term, both are same. Okay. So that is the common general definition of arithmetic progression and common difference. Like suppose I have written another example, like suppose I have written a AP like that, 1 3 5 7 9. You have to find out the common difference. So how will you calculate the common difference? You can take any term. Any term means it should have the preceding term. Okay, we cannot take 1 because before 1 there is no any number. So we have to take only that number which have the preceding number also. Okay, so if I will take 3, so 3 minus 1 is 2. Similarly, I can calculate this 5 minus 3 also, that is also 2. Similarly, 7 minus 5, it is also 2. And similarly, 9 minus 7, it is also 2. Means that why this difference is known as common difference, because in each case whatever the value we are getting of difference, that is same. That's why we known as this is known as common difference. Okay, and difference is always calculated by any term minus previous term. Remember this point. You cannot write like that 1 minus 3. No, this is wrong. You have to write like this, any term minus previous term. Okay, any term minus previous term. Why I have not taken 1? Because before 1 there is no any number, that's why. But we can take 3. So 3 minus 1, again 5 minus 3, then 7 minus 5, 9 minus 7. This I have showed you that for each difference we are getting same common difference. Okay, so if you have to find the common difference, then you can take any two consecutive terms. Okay, for like you can take these two also, you can take these two also, you can take these two also, you can take these two also. For finding the common difference, only two number you require. Okay, why I have written all? Because I want to show you that in each case difference is coming same. That's why I have written all these. But if you have to find the difference only, then you can use any two terms and you have to find the difference like this. Suppose this question comes in the exam and question is asking what is the common difference. So you can choose any two terms and you have to choose that term which have the preceding term. Like you can choose 1 3. So how will you solve 3 minus 1? Suppose you have taken 3 5. So how will you solve 5 minus 3? Understood? So this is known as the common difference. You should know. Now student, when you will write AP, means arithmetic progression, any sequence, suppose you start a sequence, so any sequence should have its first term, na? Any sequence should have a first term, because there is a point from where you will start. So that point is known as the starting point, and in the AP is known as first term या starting term. Okay. So suppose you have to write a AP. Okay. You have to write a AP. Suppose I have written one example like that. Suppose I have written 1 3 5 7, and these are in AP because the common difference is same. Suppose these are in AP. Suppose they are in AP. Now, and in the question, suppose someone asks you what is the first term. So first term is 1. Suppose someone asks you what is the common difference. So common difference you can calculate it by D equal to 3 minus 1, that is 2. Or you can take any two consecutive terms. Okay. So any sequence should have first term. So AP should also have first term. So in AP, the first term is denoted by small a. So you will write in AP, the first term is denoted by small a. The first term is denoted by small a. Okay. Now, first term is also known as T1. T for term, 1 for 1. So it is known as first term. So T1 will be A. Suppose student, you have to calculate the second term. But second term we don't know. So second term I don't know. But I know now, in an AP there is a common difference. Suppose common difference is D. Suppose common difference is D. Okay. So you have to find the second term. So we all know na कि common difference is equal to what? Tell me one thing. When you will write a sequence, then first term will be first term, second term second term means second term will come after first term. First T1 will come, then T2 will come, then T3 will come, and so on. So first term we know that is A, second term we don't know. But we know now common difference how we calculate. Common difference how we calculate. Any term from previous term we cannot take T1, so we can take T2 na. So common difference can be written as T2 minus T1. This we are doing now. We are taking two terms and we are subtracting next term from previous term. Suppose I have taken T2, so T2 minus T1. Suppose I am taking T3, so T3 minus T2. So common difference can be calculated by any term minus previous term. So I have taken T2 minus T1. Now common difference is denoted by small d. Common difference is calculated by small d. T2 we don't know, and T1 we know A. So what is the value of T2? When you will transfer this A to this side, it will come D plus A is equal to T2, or T2 is equal to A plus D. So you calculated na T2. You calculated na T2. So that value of T2 is A plus T. Now I hope you have written this part. Now, so two term we have calculated. Our AP was suppose T1, T2, T3, T4 dot dot dot. So two term we have calculated. Now I have to calculate T3, means third term. So T3 will be equal to what? T3 will be equal to what? Sorry. T3 we have to calculate. So again we know na common difference. Just you have to use the property of common difference. So again common difference can be calculated by, suppose I have to calculate T3. So I will take T3, and how to calculate common difference from T3? That is T3 minus T2, because common difference is same in each case. So again, common difference is D only. T3 we don't know, and T2 we know. T2 was A plus T. T2 was A plus D. Now transfer this all thing in this side. So D is earlier, and when this will transfer from this side to that side, it will come A plus D equal to T3. So A plus 2D equal to T3. So T3 is equal to A plus 2D. Means third term is equal to A plus 2D. Again, suppose I have to calculate T4. So how I will calculate? Again, same property, common difference is equal to, now if I have to take T4, so common difference can be calculated by T4 minus T3, because preceding term of T4 is T3. So T4 minus T3. Again, common difference will be D only, because it is same throughout the AP. So T4 minus T3. So D is equal to T4. The value of T3 is A plus 2D. Now transfer this all things is this side. So D plus A plus 2D equal to T4. Now A plus 3D is equal to T4, or T4 is equal to A plus 3D. Okay. So fourth term we have calculated. So suppose you have to write a AP whose first term is A. So after that, the AP, you write the AP whose first term is A and common difference is D, can be written as T1, comma T2, comma T3, comma T4, comma suppose that, like that. Okay. So what was T1? T1 was A. T2 was A plus 2D, A plus D. T3 was A plus 2D. T4 was A plus 3D. This is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term. Okay. So like that we can write any term by using that method. So now student, there is a trick to write any term. See, when I have written first term, there is no D. This is the first term, na? There is no D. But in the second term, how many D is added in A? 1D. When I have written T2, so how many D we have added? 1. When I have written T3, how many D I have added? 2. When I have written T4, how many D I have added? 3. Means if we want to write any term, we have to add 1 less than D to the first term. I am going to repeat that again. When we have to write any term, we have to add 1 less than that term D to the first term. See, when I have written first term, then there is no D, means 0D. When I have written second term, then I have added 1D into A. When I have written T3, I have added 2D in A. When I have written T4, then I have added 3D in A. Similarly, suppose you have to write T8. T8 means 8th term. So how many D you will add in A? It means A plus 7D. Suppose you have to write T9. So how many D you will add? So you will write A plus 8D. Suppose you have to write T10 means 10th term. So how many D you will add? 9th D. So by that you can identify or you can write any term of the AP. If you know this concept, you can write any term of the AP. So whenever you have to write any AP, you have to consider this A plus D, A plus 2D, means first term is A, second term is A plus D, third term is A plus 2D, fourth term is A plus 3D. What will be the fifth term? Fifth term will be A plus 4D. What will be the sixth term? A plus 5D, and so on. Okay. Okay. So suppose I have to write nth term of AP. Nth term means nth term of AP. Nth term, suppose you have to find 10th term, so how many d you will add in a? 9. When you have to write 15th term, so how many d you will add in a? 14th d. So similarly, when you will write nth term of an AP, then how many d you will add in a plus n minus 1 d. Okay, so nth term of an AP, nth means any value of n you can take. When you will take n equal to 10, so 10th term of an AP. When you will take n equal to 11, then 11th term of an AP. Understood? So whatever term we want to write, just we have to add 1 less than d in a. So because we have to calculate nth term, so 1 less than of nth term will be n minus 1. So that much d we will add in a. So that can be written as Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 d, where Tn is the nth term, a is the first term, n is the value of term which we want to calculate. Suppose you have to calculate 10th term, so you will put n equal to 10. If you want to calculate 15th term, so you will put n equal to 15. Okay, so this is the value of the nth term of an AP. Means whatever term we want to calculate, 1 less than d we have to add in the first term, so that we can calculate that thing. This thing comes from this formula only. When you will put n equal to 1, so suppose when you will put n equal to 1, when n equal to 1 you will put, so it will become T1, and T1 is equal to a plus 1 minus 1 into d. So T1 is equal to a. Now T1 is equal to a was there, no? It means first term was a. Similarly, when you will put n equal to 2, you will get second term. When you will put n equal to 3, you will get third term, and so on. Okay. So this is the formula of the nth term. Now, some more thing about AP, that AP can be finite, also infinite. When the number of terms is finite, then the AP is finite AP, and when the number of terms is infinite, then the AP is infinite AP. Okay, and how to recognize whether a given series in AP, just you have to take the common difference. If the common difference of any two consecutive terms is same, it means the given series is in AP. So I hope you have understood the basic parts of AP. This is the introduction part of this chapter, and this is very easy. Remaining thing means question based on this formula and this exercise I will tell you in the next part. One more thing, the value of d can be anything. The value of d can be, d means common difference. The value of d can be negative also, positive also, and 0 also. Okay, so you can write the note also. The value of common difference in a AP can be positive, negative, as well as 0. All three values it can take. Okay, any number it can take means. Okay, so I hope you have understood this part. So please watch the complete video, and whatever things I taught in this part, understand it. Okay, so in the next part of the video I will solve some question based on this formula. Okay, so till then, have a nice day. Take care, children. Thank you.